So, as promised, my skulls. Now, once again, just to say the importance of having a reference picture for when you're working. I definitely find it really useful to have a reference picture. So, here's my skulls. Now, this is a project I did over 4 days. So, literally I did one skull a day. Starting here, this is day 1, to the blue one is day 3, and then this one day 4. And I did that as an exercise to see how I can improve my airbrush technique as I go along, and learning from the problems that I'm getting as I go along. I also got a lot of problems with dry tip when I was doing this using my old airbrush. And what I heard was that if you use the transparent paints, they flow better. And so the guide suggested using ultra. I didn't have violet. Sorry, I didn't have that, and so I used blue. So that's why I've got a blue one, because I thought I'd try. And it did help. It did help because black and especially white paints are notorious for causing clogging problems and dry tip. But anyway, there you go. Those are my 4 skulls, and I started over here day 1, but I saw a YouTube video, and if you've seen it for airbrush beginners to how to do a skull, and if you might recognise this from the video, so watch his video, which is what I did, and found a skull, printed it out, cut out a stencil in the manner that he suggested, and then from that stencil I got a white piece of paper, a white piece of card, put that over the top and did a first spray, a sort of pass over to give me the guidelines, and I ended up with this, and that's where I've done all these skulls from. So all these skulls started off with this base. So this base is from the stencil, and then the rest is hand done. So that's freehand. But it was a really good exercise to do. And if I can just zoom in a little bit and then lower this down, you can see here this is number 1, and I don't know. The teeth are a bit splayed. They're this here is not. This has only got a top jaw, there's no lower jaw, so these are not teeth up here. This is actually where the roots of the teeth go from these ones. But there's things that I like in each one. But there you go, that's day 1, and this was day 4. This is my last one. And let's have a look. Yeah, you can't see huge amounts of difference, but I can, and what I do know is that more than anything is that my technique improved by number 4 hugely, and I think that's really the most important thing. And I'm now not afraid of doing skulls, which there you can see them next to each other. That's day 1, and that's day 4. But anyway, there you go, those are my skulls. Pleased as punch. Use the reference, watch the YouTube video by the guy who shows you actually how to airbrush it, and then if you want, do what I did and give it a go. It's great fun, and very, very useful. And I also learnt to get rid of dry tip. I'll keep mentioning it because I've had so much problems with it, using this paintbrush, a number 8 paintbrush with some cleaner, airbrush cleaner on the end of it, and then just very gently going into the front of your airbrush and just giving it a whiz round just to clean the tip of the needle off, and that's to help with the dry tip. And that definitely worked. Really made a huge difference, and I learnt that from going from day 1 and being really, really frustrated to get to day 4, and at least I knew how to just quickly solve the problem. And the other thing is to always make sure you've got a spare sheet of paper which you can do test sprays on, because I was doing a test spray before I even went near the actual artwork, because having had splotch problems with previous projects, yeah, I found that I was getting really nervous about it. So you having that by makes a huge difference. And also I found that if I started in a dark area with the very first spray, even if I did make a bit of a splotch, you couldn't see it. So then I'd go in the dark area and then I'd move into the other areas to do more detail. Just a little trick I picked up. I'm not saying it's good practice, but anyway, there you go. There's my skulls. Take care. Bye.